Good morning, grade 6 pupils. I am teacher Jessie, your science teacher from 9 a.m. up to 9:15 a.m. Class, is it possible to separate salt from seawater? Or what will you do to separate oil from water? Or how about, have you ever wondered how sand and gravel can be separated? Yes, we all know that things around us is composed of different mixture. But is it possible to separate a mixture? And that is our topic for today, methods in separating mixture. But first, what is a mixture? A mixture is composed of two or more different types of matter and can be present in varying amounts and can be physically separated using methods that uses physical properties to separate the components of a mixture, such as evaporation, decantation, sieving, and using magnetic separation.
Now for the first method, we will be using cooking pan, stove, water, salt, and spoon.
So while preheating the pan, let's mix the water and salt. Add 1 tablespoon of salt in the glass. Add water and stir.
Now pour the mixture of salt and water to the cooking pan. Wait for a minute and observe what will happen to the mixture of salt and water. As you can notice, once the liquid is completely evaporated, the solid is all that is left, which is the salt.
Okay, the first activity uses evaporation method. Evaporation method can be used to separate the components of a mixture in a dissolved solid in a liquid. The liquid is evaporated, meaning it is converting from its liquid state up to its gaseous state. It is usually requires heat. And one of the perfect example for this is the salt making.
Now for the second activity or experiment, we'll be using the following materials: water, cooking oil, spoon, and 2 glasses. Pour the water to the glass, then add oil, and stir. Class, observe what will happen to the oil and water mixture. Now class, let's decant the oil from water. We can observe that the oil can easily be separated from water.
Class, you have noticed that in this activity, when we added oil to the water, it did not mix together. Instead, the oil created a layer on top of the surface of the water. It is because oil is less dense than water. But what do you think the perfect method that we will be using in order to separate this kind of mixture? Yes, and that is decantation method. Class, decantation method is a process of separating two non-mixing liquid, just like water and oil. It is done by pouring out the clear upper layer of the liquid.
Now for the third activity or experiment, we will be using the following materials: flour, plate, spoon, and a sieve. Class, use a sieve in sifting the flour and observe what will happen to the particles of the flour.
In the third activity, we use the sieving method. Sieving method is used to separate different sizes of particles, just like sand and gravel.
For the last activity, we will be using the following materials: magnet, mixant, and paper clips. Now class, put all the paper clips in the mixant mixed together. Now class, observe what will happen next when we put near the magnet.
Okay, class, the last activity uses magnetic separation. Magnetic separation is a process that uses magnets to attract magnetic material. Magnetic separation detaches the non-magnetic material, which is the sand, and attracted the magnetic material, which is the paper clips. This process is often seen in a clothing company wherein magnets are used to check if there is any harmful material in our clothing, just like broken needles. Again, class, what are the methods in separating mixture? Evaporation, decantation, sieving, and using magnetic separation. And now, I want you to get your activity notebook and answer the following. Now let's check if your answers are correct. What do you think the answer for number 1? Very good. It uses sieving method because it uses a sieve in separating the particles of the flour. What do you think the method that has been used for number 2? Very good. It uses evaporation method. It's a process of salt making. And the water is evaporated and the salt is all that is left. What do you think for number 3? Number 3 uses the magnetic separation. It uses magnet in order to separate the metal from the sun. How about number 4? Number 4 uses decantation method, wherein it separates the oil from water through pouring out the upper layer, which is the oil. Very good, class. But do you think methods in separating mixture is useful? Yes, it is very useful because having all this knowledge enable us to produce a safe drinking water, cook rice, separates materials that we need in cooking, provide a safer environment, and it is one of the basic skills in life that we have to know. Now, class, for me to know that you really understand our topic, I want you to answer some questions that will pop up on your screens in your activity notebook. Class, that's all for today. But if you have some questions, don't hesitate to ask. Just comment down below. If none, then see you in the next lesson.